Hi, I'm Vaughan. I'm part of the technical team from Residio. Today we're going to look at the Honeywell Home range of motorised zone valves. These come in two variants, 2-port and 3-port mid-position and diverter valves. Today we're going to be looking at the 2-port variant, but key features are similar across the whole range. These include spring return action for fail-safe operation, quiet minimal power consumption operation of the motor, and potential-free end contact for boiler and pump operation. And here we have the manual lever for filling and draining the system. In addition, the Powerhead is replaceable without draining down, and there are spare parts available for it. Now let's take a look at replacing the Powerhead itself. Before undertaking this work, please ensure you've disconnected the power supply to the system for your own safety. First of all, we need to release the screw on the cover, like so, by a couple of turns. Then we can just slide the cover off like so. Newer versions of the valve will include an earth bond riveted to the cover itself. Your version may not have this. Next, we need to release the two screws holding the Powerhead to the valve body itself. One at the back here and one at the front like so. Note these are captive screws, so they won't drop out when you release them. Also, put the drain down lever on the side here into the manual latch position like so, and this will make removal and replacement of the Powerhead a little easier. Okay, little wiggle and then the Powerhead comes off like so. Replacement of the new one, very simple, sliding onto the pin on the valve body, ensuring it's correctly seated, attaching and ensuring the two screws are tightened up like so, putting the cover back into place, ensuring that the earth cable is not trapped in doing so, and then tightening the cover screw like so. Finally, you can drop the drain lever back into the operational position, or when the power is applied to the system, that will automatically unlatch as well. That's the operation of the replacement of the Powerhead complete. So we've seen how to replace the Powerhead as a complete assembly. Now we're going to look at we can actually replace the motor itself inside the Powerhead. So to do so, we remove the cover, obviously making sure that we've disconnected the power supply as before. Sliding the cover off like so. The motor itself just has a single retaining screw, so we will remove that screw like so, just making sure we keep a hold of that once it's fully unscrewed. There is a replacement screw in the pack with the new motor. Okay, then we literally just slide it across slightly. We can now remove the complete motor assembly. In the pack that comes with the motor, you'll get some new connectors, so literally just cut off the two wires here, reconnect the two wires for the new motor. We can then just put it back into place like so, slowly locating in the hole, locating the tab on the side, and then just refitting the retaining screw and securing it back into position. Make sure your cables are tidied up back inside the case, refit the cover like so, and then tighten the cover screw, and that's the job done. So let's have a look at how we wire this 2-port normally closed valve. This will come with 5 wires, an earth cable, a neutral, a brown to operate the motor, and on this normally closed version there'll be the 2 extra wires, the grey that's normally connected to the 230 volt permanent live supply, and the orange wire that provides the switched output that's connected to the end switch on the valve itself to indicate when the valve is fully open and hence operate the pump and the boiler. Depending on your application, consult the app that's available to download or online from our website. So let's look at how the valve operates and controls the flow of water through the system. First of all, 230 volts is applied to the brown wire. This then starts operating the motor within the valve itself. This starts opening the ball and allowing the flow of the water to start flowing through. Once the valve is fully open, it operates the micro switch at the end of the travel, applying 230 volts to the orange wire, and then this then fires the boiler and the pump as required. At the end of the operation, when flow is no longer required through the valve, 230 volt is removed from the brown wire and allowing the valve to close naturally under its spring return. This in turn drops power on the orange wire, and so the pump and the boiler will also stop. Now the valve is installed, let's talk about good piping practice to minimise problems and ensure good efficient system operation. First of all, ensure the valve is installed in the correct direction of flow, marked by the arrow on the side of the valve here. Make sure you're using the correct pipe sizing to minimise pipe noise and banging. Avoid using acute angles, street elbows on the inlets and outlets to the valve itself. And finally, ensure that we're including an auto bypass valve on the system installed between the pump and the valve itself, correctly adjusted, and again following the flow arrow marked on the valve body itself. The Honeywell Home range of motorised zone valves, designed with the installer in mind.